Hi, guys. Welcome to a brand new episode of Passing the Crown with me, Ashley Petty, and I am joined by somebody very special on the casting couch today. I am joined by everyone's favourite plasterer, with no pun intended whatsoever. But I'm joined by Jay James, also known as Jay the Plasterer.
Jay the Plasterer, that's right. Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you for
Welcome to
having
my
me.
very own
Thank
casting
you.
couch.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. No problem whatsoever. So thanks for joining us. So today we're gonna delve a little bit deeper into what makes Jay the Plasterer so popular,
Okay.
what makes you talk, and all those good stuff in between. So are you ready to get down and dirty?
I am indeed. I am indeed.
Fantastic. So let's kick it off. So what is it that you're most known for?
According to the Daily Star, the world's filthiest plasterer.
I can. You've not done any work on my house, but I can agree that that's what it is.
Plastering is a messy job.
Yeah. How long have you been plastering?
I've only been doing it for about 3 years, I'd say.
Okay.
Before that, I was in steel manufacturing in a warehouse.
So like a proper manly kind of job, getting your hands dirty.
Yeah, I always seem to do well with hands-on stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this is just going to be a complete, what is it, double entendre, innuendo.
Yeah.
The whole time. So you're a plasterer by trade.
By trade, yeah.
What do you do for fun? I mean, we all know, everyone that's watching this knows what it is that he does.
I film obviously adult content.
Okay.
For fun.
For fun?
For fun.
Do you do it for fun?
It's professional based, yeah.
But you don't enjoy it?
We have a laugh filming it.
Okay.
And obviously I've met some great people along the way, but obviously it's strictly professional for me.
Right, okay. So if you weren't getting paid, you would not be doing it?
No, probably not, no.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So talk me about what got you into the route of the adult entertainment industry.
Obviously everyone knows about OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people mention it over the years, and I was always in relationships, so I couldn't go down that route. And then I finally sort of come out of 2 relationships over the space of 2 years, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna just go for it, do me, and just went for it.
And you took the dive. When you went for it initially, was it just solo work? Were you just like...
Yeah, so originally one of my friends told me about someone to contact who's obviously quite high up in OnlyFans, and he got back to me, and I was like, wow, this is madness. And before I know it, I was down in the studio.
Yeah.
The first time I met him, I walked in there, and I actually walked in there to meet him, spoke to him, and upstairs above I could hear some moaning and groaning.
Yeah.
So what's going on here? And there's 2 of the people filming a scene upstairs, so I'm there meeting someone for the first time, getting into this.
And people are getting banged upstairs?
Yeah, well, I think it was a blowjob scene getting filmed upstairs. And so I was like, oh my God, what have I walked into? And then obviously showed me around, helped me set up with OnlyFans, told me what to do. And then before I know it, the next time we filmed a scene together. So it's just straight in there.
So, oh right, so your very, very first scene was a duo?
Yeah, but we didn't publish it straight away.
Yeah.
Obviously I did some solo content first and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just, say, like me and you sat on the couch.
Don't start putting this out there. No, this is not what's starting it.
No touching. It was just obviously him doing his thing, me doing my thing.
Yeah, we've already touched though on this couch. So, no, we haven't. Okay, and then how? So I guess my question for that then is, how comfortable were you doing that? Because you're straight, you're heterosexual.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
So how comfortable were you being next to another man, just like jacking off?
It was nerve-wracking. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it was obviously a whole new experience to me.
Yeah.
But obviously I knew what needed to be done, so we conquered and pushed on.
See, I find that mad because for me, I'm gay and I still would feel like, oh my God, to doing it next to a guy. So it's like, you have to put yourself into, a different mind frame.
Yeah.
Like your mentality in that situation is very kind of just tunnel vision.
Yeah, definitely. If you've got to obviously just think, obviously you should work based on that. But there is people that do it, obviously, and they enjoy doing it. So it's easy for them. Like, obviously, that's what they like to do, and obviously, but for me, it was a whole new experience. Um, and yeah, it was just nerve-wracking.
I love that you're honest about why you do it. A lot of people go, "Yeah, I do it because I love it. I do it," like, and some people do,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you say, some people do, but you're like, "This is the job,
yeah,
and this is what I do." And the gays will know this. RuPaul, do you know
yeah,
RuPaul?
yes,
Yeah, RuPaul, the world's most famous drag queen, only ever does drag to get paid. Doesn't enjoy it.
yeah,
Does not enjoy it, and like that is his absolute like job. So when people start going, "Oh, well, you've got to enjoy it,"
yeah.
not really.
No, so I love the whole like marketing yourself, the social media, the engaging with people, and obviously the community that's like sort of established between us all. That's awesome. Like a brilliant bunch of friends and that. But when it comes down to the work and the content, it is just content based.
Yeah,
So yeah,
fab. So go back to the plastering side of things and the daily, not the Daily Mail, the Daily Star.
yeah.
So what happened there? I know we've spoke about this recently, and it shocked me a little bit.
Obviously, I stopped plastering. I haven't plastered for like 4 months
Yeah.
since, and someone left me a review on my Checker Trade account, and basically put some nasty comments and said they refused to have me come and plaster because they found out what I did for work. Um,
Didn't they say that you were doing gay porn?
yes, they said I was a gay porn actor, and I was like, Jesus Christ, as if like someone's gone out the way to post
Yeah.
this. I was mad at Checker Trade for not picking it up. I thought it'd be filtered out.
Yeah.
So I was going to ring him up and be like, "What are you doing? Why are you letting this be posted?" And I thought, you know what, I'm going to turn this negative into a positive. So I took it to the Daily Star, and they ran with it.
And they definitely ran with it
Yeah, yeah,
as
they've done
well.
two posts on it so far. Yeah,
So what then it was kind of the transition, because now it is fully out there.
yeah.
And do you do sounds like do you do any plastering, real plastering?
No, I haven't plastered for a
Okay.
while.
So now you've left that trade and this now is your profession, I
Yeah,
guess. Was that a conscious decision when you went to the Daily Star?
yeah. Like I knew, when I first come into this OnlyFans, like we briefly spoke before, I was umming and ahhing,
Yeah.
and then when I sort of had a little break, a step back, reassessed what I wanted to do, I'm like, this is what I want to do. I already got told straight away, you're going to do well in this.
Yeah.
As long as you pursue it, you're going to do well. I promise you. So like I've gone all at it now. Obviously packed in plastering and going the next stage with all the collabs, marketing myself properly and so forth.
Yeah, and I think the thing is to hear that you've got a very, 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 very specific look.
Yeah.
You look like you're either gonna fight me or fuck me, and we've already had a scrap in the car park. No, but you've got a specific look, so you've got a look that will do well for
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
And I guess the thing is, though, you're a male in the female centered world.
Yeah.
And so you still have to put in even more work. And it's mad now because you're going to have people watching this, females going, "Oh, well, all the feminists start going, well, women have to work harder." It's easier for a woman to succeed in this world.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Men are notoriously paid less,
Yeah.
sometimes half, sometimes less than
Yeah.
half. And so you have to, like you say, market yourself correctly. You have to put in the work constantly to get even anywhere near to that recognition. Do you think a lot of people are put off by that? A lot of men?
There's a few obviously content creators that I know that aren't willing to go down that route, and they'll stay in just the straight industry. One, I guess, because they don't want to do that, obviously, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, I think they do. Some people, they'll do it just because they enjoy it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, when they sort of introduce themselves to people, "Oh, I'm a porn actor" or
Yeah.
something, and that's what they lead with.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like an ego boost for them. They might not be doing well on OnlyFans,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what they sort of lead with, and I think it's sort of like an ego boost for them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we spoke before this, didn't we, when we spoke about egos and
Yeah.
alpha male mentality.
Yeah.
You're gonna have that in the adult industry. You're gonna have alpha male mentality because you need to be.
Yeah.
And it's, for me, you are definitely an alpha male looking, but then we speak to you and it's like you can hold a conversation.
Yeah.
You're, intelligent in that respect, and you know what it is that you're doing, why you're doing it, and
Yeah.
how you're going about doing it. I think that's also a bit of a contradiction to what it is that we see you
Yeah, of
as.
course, yeah, yeah.
Do you find that people are sometimes surprised when they speak to you?
Yeah, so I visited Benidorm twice this year, and both time I've been over there.
Benidorm ain't exactly the intellect of capital of the world.
No, but obviously it's a very friendly place when you're out
Yeah,
drinking. We was over there wearing next to nothing, pair of shorts, man bag, all that. And a few people come up, spoke to me, some guys and that, and there was like one of them made a comment like, "Oh, I didn't expect you to speak to me," and I'm like, "Why?" Like they thought I'd just be a typical dickhead kind
yeah,
of, and like they're chatting to him. They was like, "Appreciate that." Spoke to him. I'm like, I'll speak to anyone. You know what I mean? I'm not above you or think any less of you because we look different or so.
yeah.
And it was kind of a little bit shocking. Like, what? Do you know what I mean? Obviously, people sort of judge a book by its cover, don't they?
Absolutely. But on the flip side, do you have to have your boundaries with it's an industry, right, where everyone thinks that they're in a relationship with you,
Yeah,
right? Do you have to have your boundaries there as well?
yeah. That's something I've learned over the past few months. I've always been a people pleaser,
Yeah,
and you have to set boundaries in this industry as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
Have you had anyone really push it and when you've had to be like, look, stop?
a few, yeah. And then sometimes it's gone the the opposite way. So obviously, some people like to be talked down to,
Yeah.
and this is what they like. And the one time this person was doing this, and he was pissing me off, and I was like, "Well, just fuck you, fuck." And then he was like, "Oh yeah, that's turning me on so much." I was like, "For God's sake." Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's a tricky one because
yeah,
some people will trick you into a false sense of security to make you be horrible and nasty to them,
yeah, yeah,
and that's what they wanted the entire time.
yeah,
And then
exactly.
they're
Yeah,
sat home going, "Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
this
I'm
is what
like,
I
he's getting
wanted."
this for free.
Yeah, absolutely, and I
Mm.
can imagine that. And I think it's quite weird when you think I have to set boundaries with people, but I can't be like bollocking them because you never know who wants that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
never know who wants to be called everything and told to like fuck off and all of this stuff. So I think it's quite interesting that your mentality has to be very much like, if I tell this person to do one, are they going to get off on this? Like,
yeah,
or do I have to say to someone, I'm not your boyfriend. Like, I appreciate you feel that way about me, but like, just subscribe.
yeah,
Just subscribe to me. So we mentioned about the alpha mentality and the egos and stuff. So you're very, very new
yeah.
in this. And you've got a great group of lads.
I'm so new to social media. Like I didn't have Instagram, I didn't have TikTok to the start of the year. I was barely on Facebook. I didn't have Facebook for a couple of years when I was up to other stuff. No good. Just come off all social media.
Yeah.
So like social media. So I only realised I was shadow banned on social media like the other week on Instagram. Like I'm still learning
Yeah.
stuff, but we're
I
getting there and it's progressing well.
Yeah, and I think that that's a big thing as well, isn't it? Is that we have to like be really conscious of, not me. I say we. I'm not in the adult entertainment
Yeah,
industry, by the way. Just saying we. But you have to be very conscious when you're on social media of the right and wrong things to say and
yeah, of
to
course,
do,
yeah,
regardless of what your industry is and your profession is. Um, but just to go back to the egos and to go back to the alpha males and you being really, really new, what challenges did you or have you faced as a new content creator,
um.
if any?
Not that many. I'm gonna say it's actually been quite like smooth sailing for me because obviously, like I said, everyone's been friendly in that. Obviously, I've been mentioned. Like some of my friends are like, "Oh, just don't do that. Don't do this." And do you know what I mean? Conduct yourself well because some content creators will message. They'll message me. Hi, nice dick. Do you want to collab? Do you know what I mean? It's not very professional.
It sounds like gays.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah,
we
like
communicate.
it should be like, do you know what I mean? Like, hi, I've seen your work.
Yeah.
Would you like to film and do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's not very professional.
It comes down to your professionalism again,
Yeah,
doesn't it? And your boundaries in that
yeah,
respect. I think you've got it so right with how you, because let's be honest, if you collabed with somebody that was like, "Hi, nice dick, want to collab?"
yeah,
The chances are it's going to be shit. You're going to get fucked over. It's just not going to go the way that you as a professional,
yeah,
knowing this is your profession,
exactly.
would want it to go. Whereas you network and you meet people and socialize in that respect, and then it happens more organically, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I've only done a few scenes with guys, but I'm only filming with a select few of the people that have been recommended to me or I've met when we've been down at the studio,
Yeah.
and then we'll go from there. Obviously, later on down the line, I will branch out and obviously reply to a lot of these people. I get a lot of inboxes on Twitter and Instagram, but I'm selective at the minute who I'm filming with and what we're filming.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I still want to keep. I'm not going fully straight in there. Obviously, I've got my boundaries for what I'm willing to do, and they've been set. So I'm not going to push past that.
It's mad you say that, because I think of Andy Lee,
Yeah,
and I think I saw him start out from the
yeah,
very, very early days where he was just doing solo content, and this is before OnlyFans,
yeah,
and he marketed himself
yeah.
so
This is who's
well,
helped me out, Andy.
so well.
Yeah,
Like there was him and another guy, Paddy O'Brien, but they started out at the same time. But Paddy went into actual doing gay porn,
yeah,
whereas Andy was a slow burner,
yeah,
but he's kept that fan base from day one,
yeah,
giving them what they want without kind of just giving it all at once and pushing it all at
yeah.
once. And I think he's still now. I mean, I think Andy's been doing it a long time, and he's still as relevant now as he was in the very beginning.
Exactly. Yeah,
And you see that, and you think that's somebody who's got it. He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly how to.
Andy's my mentor. I go
Well,
to
then
Andy
you're
for
going to
everything.
smash
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, you really are, and he's doing so well. And I think that when you have that in place, you have that longevity, and you have that ability to go, right, okay, I'm here for the long run. I don't need to give it all to you at once because people want to see me doing this, doing that, doing this.
yeah,
You will maybe eventually,
yeah,
but not right now. So I think, Andy, bang on, got it like that. And for you to have Andy as your mentor
yeah.
makes so much sense. So talk to me then about a day in the life. So you've got a day of shooting.
Yeah.
What goes down? How does it go? Will you get up in the morning and go, right, I'm about to toss myself off next to some lad now? You wake up and think.
Sometimes I'm thinking on the night before bed, right, I'm doing this tomorrow. And then sometimes I think to myself, what am I doing?
Really?
Yeah, I have had thoughts of am I making the right decision here? What am I doing? And then obviously when we're filmed and done, it's just yeah, it's done, whatever.
How do you silence that?
I have these thoughts regardless to everything. People do oh, what am I doing working this job? What am I doing in this relationship?
Yeah.
So it comes in my head, a bit of doubt, and then I look at where I want to be going in the future and sort of how far I've come, and just silence it and just shut off from that. But like a typical day in the life, obviously you get up, everything's content, which I'm learning, even if it's just you brushing your teeth or you're getting ready, pictures, content.
I've seen you brushing your teeth on a video. Just so you're aware. And it is content.
Yeah, everything's content. People like to see behind the scenes. People like to know what you're doing, like a pre-release. Yeah, so everything like that's content. But I'll get up. Sometimes I'll gym, depending. I don't like to gym too early, I'm not going to lie.
Oh,
Takes me a while to wake up.
Yeah.
And then depends how long the day's been. I probably won't, if I'm getting back late, I probably won't go to the gym. So a lot of it's mainly just travel, working out stuff, get there. We'll like to film socials while we're there first, TikTok reels, everything else, pictures. And then obviously it's hyping yourself up to get down to the nitty gritty, isn't it?
I get, well, I don't know. I hype myself up just to get out of bed, mate. So me having to hype myself up to get naked would be a big thing. But you know the lads, and you only work with a select group of lads.
Yeah.
Are you all kind of like in the same boat where you're all like, do you know what? I'm comfortable because it's you. I'm comfortable because it's you. So you don't have to have that thought of going, oh God, who am I filming with and what they're going to do? And
Yeah, no. So obviously we're all in a WhatsApp chat, and there's obviously a network of us, and I've met most of them, and the majority, if we're filming down together at a studio or something, I'll know 60% of them, and then maybe some new people will come, and then do you know what I mean? So it's always in the same sort of group of people that I've experienced so far. So haven't really yet gone to someone else's studio or someone else's place to film. So obviously I haven't done that side yet. I've always filmed at like where I'm like known to film. So it's obviously a bit more, I'm in my zone, I know what the crack is. But then obviously if there's a group scene, obviously we're waiting for one person to get ready, or this person's ready, and then he's chatting to him, and then obviously that person's fluffing up over there
Yeah.
on the. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, quick, we need to film this. Like,
Do you have someone fluff you up?
no, I
Oh,
don't.
okay.
We just normally just go on the internet and watch our phone.
If you want to put that job out on Indeed, I'm sure there'll be a few people that will.
I
be
have had
applying.
people recommend, can I be a fluffer for
Yeah.
you? But yeah.
No, you're not quite there yet.
No, we don't do that. There's a few of the lads that are like, I'll help you out, I'll give you an hand. But
Yeah.
obviously, yeah, but no.
I'm interested, and I'm always interested in, as you're aware, there's loads of different types of gays, right?
Yeah.
Loads. Some are nice, some are not. No. But there's loads of different types of gays, and some gays are very into the like dominating thing.
Yeah.
Some of your content has been filming with people who are like into feet, so they want to like do all your feet and stuff and lick your feet and all of that in a group scene, and they want to be absolutely like spat on and all of that stuff. What's that like for you when you have some like lad that you know that you're about to like just probably step on his face?
It's still quite professional. So we filmed a foot scene and he was like, can you go wash your feet, which is fine, obviously hygiene and all that. So we're all doing that. And then when the camera's not rolling, we're having a laugh. It behind the scenes is totally different to what you see.
I love that.
It's totally different.
I mean, I still wouldn't want you stepping on my face, but I love that.
Yeah, like so we filmed a Bukkake scene and
Did you?
yeah, this hasn't been released yet.
Oh, I was gonna. I'm like spying on all your content,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen that.
This
so that
hasn't been
makes sense.
released yet. So we filmed this and it was kind of funny because obviously we was taking pictures and that before we filmed, and we're all there like, oh no, get this angle, and they were just there like all naked, and it's like you wouldn't, but it's so like completely. If someone said to me that like last year this is what you're going to be doing, I'd be like, no way.
Yeah.
It's so like surreal and that. And we went to a swingers club in Liverpool. They hired that out, so all the content creators went there, and like everyone was filming in different rooms. People coming out like, does anyone want to film with me?
Oh my
like,
God.
booking slots, and yeah, it's a mad world. It is a mad world.
It sounds. I'm trying to think how to word it. It sounds mad.
Yeah.
But it sounds fun.
Yeah.
As well. But then there's the other side to it, which is kind of like it's still like sexual.
Yeah, do it. Like I said, there's some people that are in this industry solely for their pleasure.
Yeah.
And then you get people that sort of most of the people get on, but with every job you get people bitching us. Oh, I don't.
Who don't you like? You can say I'll cut it.
There's not been anyone that I've come. I'm chill with anyone, with everyone.
If I say some names to you, I know you're very new, right? No, I'm joking.
No.
I'm not, I wasn't gonna do that. Is there?
There's no one I've had a bad experience with. People that I've heard about that have bad experience, and I've met them and I've met the other people, and they've got a problem, and I'm just keeping out of it. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes
do they still film together even though they've got issues?
No, they won't. No.
I was gonna say that would be quite interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think about the side of it that people think that it's a bit of a scam? And the reason I ask this, I don't think you're a scam, but there are I don't want to name them, but I'm so tempted to name these two people. There is two English boys because they're very young, very young. They're over in the States all the time, and it's gay baiting. Like they gay bait to like the point where now the fans have picked up on it.
Yeah.
The fans are just like, listen, like you're either going to have sex or you're not going to have sex. Like keep pretending that the next video is going to have sex.
Yeah.
And the two of these, they're. I'm so tempted to say their names, but I think the fans will know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They are. None of you guys have ever worked with them.
Okay.
And none of the group of guys that you with. And I wonder if that's why. I wonder if they're aware of they're aware of the difference between gay baiting and the professionalism.
Yeah.
I think Andy and his guys seem to be very the professional side of it.
Yeah, because you can get chargebacks on OF. So people can, once they've paid, say for customs or subscription, people can complain and get chargebacks.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes you do get it. We call it post-nut clarity.
Okay.
Some people will buy and then, or sometimes they won't charge back. They just delete their account. So you still get to keep the money, which is good. But then you'll get some people that will charge back and be like, oh no, what have I done?
Yeah.
But like on that sense of the thing, yeah. So like I don't think you can keep doing that because you will get sort of found out.
Yeah.
And if you're not giving the people what they think they're going to be getting, People are
Yeah.
going to get pissed off, aren't they?
Yeah, and with these two in particular, um, we know that they take dick off camera.
Yeah.
Like we know that they do. Like
Oh, okay.
there's one in particular, blonde lad. We know, like it's clear he does. So why he still tries to have this straight persona on camera? It almost just goes, oh, do you know what? Switch off. I am not
Yeah.
interested in anything like that. And I'll take it back to Andy. Andy has worked very, very strategically with what he does and has made sure that he doesn't do the gay bait inside of it. And he makes sure he gives you what you want,
Yeah.
but not all of it,
Yeah.
which is good. You got to make some money. And I see you going down that path as well. What sustainability wise, because you're like what, 46? Sustainability wise, he's not that old, but sustainability wise, how long do you see yourself doing it for?
I'd like to say at least 4 or 5 years, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have a plan in 5 years to where you want to be
I would like to actually sort of obviously come out of filming, but probably stay in the industry some sort of way.
behind the scenes?
Yeah, I've got some stuff that
Wow.
I'm running in, like sort of working in on my head. I haven't actually brought out yet, but some sort of plans of where I want to take this. And obviously, yeah, I want to. It'd be nice to stay in the industry, obviously, and sort of use all my knowledge that I pick up along the way, uh, and go from there. Yeah,
Very, very, very clever. A very, very clever way to be.
yeah.
Question for you. Relationship wise, do you think that you would be able to have a relationship while still doing this?
I come into this industry because I was done with relationships.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, I'm done with
Because you had your
relationships.
heart broken.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was just like, I'm not pleasing anyone else. I'm just going to do me. I want to do what I know that I'll be good at, what's legal to make money. And along the way, I've had people. I thought this is going to close me off from people, and I've had um people still sort of like want to get to know me, get to be in a relationship. When I've been open what I do, and I'm like, I just thought no one would be interested.
So, question, because we're on a podcast,
Yeah.
right? Another question. So you just said that you knew it was going to close you off from people.
Yeah.
So did you consciously make this decision,
Yeah, I was like, I'm just taking time. I don't want to
knowing that you wanted to be closed off from people?
Yeah. I was just like, this is me done now. Like, I'm not putting any effort into anyone else. I'm just going to focus on me. And then like people have sort of, I'm actually quite surprised that accepting some people have been of the work.
Because you've got that balance of
Yeah.
this is your job and this is Jay the Plasterer,
Yeah.
and then outside of that, this is me and this is who I am. We've spoken, off camera, and I
Yeah.
think you're a great person to speak to, and
Yeah.
and you can hold a conversation, and you're endearing in that respect.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if you're doing this, your initial point of doing this was to close yourself off from
It
people.
was originally at the start of the year when I just went straight in, and I took a step back, and I was like, what am I doing? Is this the
Are
right?
you open to relationships now? Or to a relationship, not relationships, but are you open to
If the right person comes along, I'm willing to compromise on sort of what I'm doing. I'm not going to completely stop. The old me would have completely stopped.
Yeah.
I'm willing to compromise, obviously, to some extent. Obviously, it's work, so if they can't get on board with that, then like, see you later, kind of thing. I'm a hypocrite though, because I wouldn't.
That was going to be my next
I
question.
would not like my partner doing it.
I was going to say.
I would not like. I'm not going to lie. I would not like my partner doing it. So
I don't think I could.
I'm a hypocrite.
It's tricky, isn't it? Because on one side I get it, and then on the other side, like I'd be like, because if I wanted to do it, I would do it.
Only because the fact that I know for me this is purely work.
Yes.
If that other person, like, I knew that wasn't, they was gaining any pleasure from it, and do you know what I mean? And maybe they was straight and they was filming like lesbian stuff or whatever, then maybe I could get on board with it. There's people that I've met in the industry I didn't realise they was married, they've got partners that also do it. There's a lot of people that, like, you wouldn't realise that are, like I said, married or have partners. You think they're just single doing this. But
So what would it take for you to fall in love again, and what would it take? Because I can see you guarded, and I can see
yeah,
that you're very, very much business minded. If it came along, it would be great.
I compare this analogy to. Did you ever play Pokemon as a kid?
I did, yes.
First time you play Pokemon, oh my god, Pokemon's so good. I love this. This is amazing. Second time around, yeah, it's all
Yeah,
right. It's all right. Third time around, oh, I can't be asked to level up my Pikachu.
yeah,
Just you sort of just get a bit tired of the same old shit, don't you? And you just
yeah.
like your enthusiasm's gone towards it. So I don't think I'll ever be the way that I used to be in a relationship. I've completely changed.
But you're still so young,
Yeah,
and I think that you're at a stage. The age that you're at, right, is an age where you think you should have everything sorted, and you should have like been married, and all of this stuff, and you think that you should have that. And then give it a few more years, you suddenly then go, and especially because you're now doing something you want to do,
yeah,
and not because you do want to do it, you're doing it because you're getting paid good for it, and you're doing that side of it, and you see it as a profession. I think give it a couple more years, and you'll suddenly go, actually, I'm glad that I don't,
I am. I'm not gonna lie. The where I've come from since I've been doing this, I'm actually like it's changed me completely as a person, but not like in the sense of what I'm doing, like my boundaries, what I like, sort of expect, and the way I hold myself. Do you know what I mean? Like
mm,
it's completely changed me as a person, and for the better. I
yeah,
may have lost some people along the way, some friends and partners and whatever, but the new me is so much more happier than the old me. The old
yeah.
me was an anxious wreck, and do you know what I mean? I used to get up to stupid things just to sort of wonder what I was doing in life. Do you know what I mean?
You get up to stupid stuff to subside that anxiety.
Yeah, yeah,
I think to stop those anxious thoughts, you go, I'll just do something that will completely stop me from thinking,
yeah,
and stop me from doing that. So I get that, and I get now that you are taking control of everything in your life.
yeah.
You're taking control of your career, how you go with your career, what you do with your career. You're taking control of that aspect of it. And I think I was curious about relationship wise, because I feel like having spoken to you and got to know you, you've got a lot more to offer than just your looks.
Yeah,
You've got a lot more to offer, and I always think, oh, I'd hate for you to think that's all I'm going to be doing that. That's fine. I can do this. I can keep doing this. Nobody's going to come along and disturb my peace.
yeah.
But I think that you heard it here first. I think that he's going to be married in 2 years. No. But no, I think that
If the right person comes along and they support what I'm doing,
yeah.
and they genuinely want to build together as a future, then I will in it.
What if you met a girl who, or a person? What if you met
Yeah,
somebody who wanted to film content with you?
I wouldn't like that
Really? Why not?
because I don't know. Like, obviously, what we're doing is intimate. It's different. Do you know what I mean? To filming content, I don't think I'd.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't think I'd like that
Okay,
because,
that's
like I
really
said,
interesting.
it's just purely work. Um, and then obviously I know where that would go because then that would go more, and then that person would then. You have to be a creator to do OnlyFans, don't you?
Mm.
So I don't think I'm not looking for a girl that's let's film together.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
It's quite interesting because I think that people would think that's going to
I've
be the
had
girl that you get.
offers of people say that. Oh, do you want to film content together? Like I'm like, well, sort of one, you've got to be a content creator, and two, no, I'm not interested, kind of thing. Like they're not even content creators. They've not even been on the
Ah,
platform. Oh, like, do you want to start dating? Should we film? Do you know what I mean? It's just like, no, this is not what I'm about. Do you know what I mean? This is
question for
work.
you then. For me with my questions, I have to
Yeah,
announce I'm going to give you a question every time.
yeah.
Right, question for you. So, what's the difference between filming content and then filming like yourself having sex?
It's just different. It's just totally different. Obviously, you've got to get the angles right when you're filming,
Yeah, I
sort
guess
of
so.
vocalizing what you're saying. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You don't want to be
God, there's
pulling.
loads that
Do
goes
you want to
into
be pulling
it.
those stupid faces
Yeah.
and sort of stuff that you're probably into that you wouldn't want to display on camera? Do you know what I mean? I'm quite passionate. I love to kiss. Like filming. Like I've filmed with girls before, and obviously
So there's straight porn with you out there.
Yeah. I film with girls, but obviously my niche is yeah.
Yeah. It's the gay audience.
Yeah. So I film with girls, but like when we film that, then it's just like I like to obviously be intimate and kiss first. Obviously with porn, there's not that. It's just get your dick hard, get it in, and the main focus is on, I suppose, on the woman and sort of. So yeah,
Interesting. Do you know that's blown my mind? That's the
yeah,
first thing you said today that's really surprised me.
yeah,
Because I think that it's an educational piece for me.
yeah.
Definitely is an educational piece for me. Okay, that makes sense.
So I suppose this is the way I can like sort of put work to that side and my intimacy that side, because obviously I'm kissing over here and it's more intimate and close for me.
And then you're getting a rim job over there. Yeah.
And that's just sticking my dick in a hole, do you know what I mean? In and out, job done.
Yeah, that makes sense. Fab. Okay, so you then get loads of women throwing themselves at you. Is that what you're saying to me?
No,
Since be honest.
Since I've been on social media, yeah, like I don't need to use Tinder or stuff like that. Obviously, you get people inbox you, but they're just after one thing.
So, do you go ahead with it? I'm not
Um,
trying to work out whether you're a player or not because I already will tell you.
no, I like to meet people organically. The old me used to sit behind a keyboard and with the Tinder or whatever and be shy, but I can't connect with someone online.
Because people don't realise as well that you are actually quite a shy person.
Yeah. I'm like I said to you before, I won't even watch some of my stuff back.
Yeah.
Because I won't want to put it on. Like this whole world is new to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I like to meet someone organically, and get to know and vibe off them. I feel like with the whole just talking online, they just want to see dick pic, whatever, or they just send it. I'm like, you've seen one, you've seen them all in it. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of.
I haven't seen that many guys. Just Jay, don't try and label me with it.
But do you know what I mean? If I was to sort of want to meet someone, the novelty wears off after a while. It's nice to connect with someone and sort of have something that.
But you're quite an enigma in that way because of what you do for a living. There's you're gonna like that's a big side of you. The sexual side is a big side of you. So how do you differentiate from somebody who's just sexual?
Don't get me wrong, I love to fuck. Do you know what I mean?
You heard it here first, guys.
Like when it comes to that, I am a hands-on person. But like obviously, just with the whole generation these days of
you want to be wined and dined.
Not even that. Just sort of like I said, just meet someone in person. But I don't want to have someone talk to me for 2-3 weeks over messages, tell me about the day, and just like I'm just done with all that. Oh, what's your favorite color? I think when I eventually start dating again, I'm going to make a PDF document, send them all my fucking shit that's wrong with me, my past trauma, everything. Read this. This is what you got to deal with. If you don't want to, let's just move on.
I think a lot of people should start doing that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people should. Because it would just, you know what you get in there.
Yeah.
You know what you get, and then you get to a certain age and you just want to know what you get. You ain't got that time to fanny around.
Yeah, a lot of people just feed you a load of shit to begin with.
Yeah, they boost your ego.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it loads. My DMs are full. No, they're not. Okay, so then what happens next for you then? So what happens once you get to... I'm trying to word this correctly without offending anyone. What happens when you get to the next stage of your content creation?
Well, as in boundaries wise,
yes,
I've already set them boundaries of where.
What are your boundaries? Are you gonna? You don't have to say, but do you?
I don't really want to say on here.
Okay,
they might slightly change, but I'm sort of in my head of where I'm happy to go up to.
I keep hitting my head in this thing. Is it much further than what you do now? Your boundaries. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, because I just told you a bit that I filmed and you don't even know.
I know exactly.
The stuff that's been filmed ready to come out.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. It's good. I'll subscribe. I still subscribe. So the other thing as well that people might not know. So I do a lot of my my own research for every guest that I came on.
Yeah, of course.
And I obviously had to research upon you. So my MacBook Pro now thinks that I'm some sort of sexual predator, because I have just Jay the Plasterer wanking, Jay the Plasterer, don't know, stripping or whatever. So it's quite interesting that then when I see all your stuff that you've done, so I saw this stuff before we got to have a conversation, and I was like saying to people when I was coming, I was like, I'm quite nervous about this because like it's gonna be one of these conversations where I'm gonna think to myself like, he's got nothing but a big dick. Like he's got nothing about him but a huge penis.
Yeah.
And you have, I mean, no, you have got you've
I
got
know,
more about
I know
you.
what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've got more
yeah.
about you. And so I'm quite pleasantly surprised. But I was saying to you earlier, when I was telling people about you coming on here and being a guest, the amount of women, I thought it was going to be all the guys that were like, ask him this,
Yeah.
get him show your bumhole, like all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But the amount of women that had this like vested interest in the psychology part of it.
Yeah.
And it's like they want to get into your head
Yeah.
to understand why you're doing this. Do you find that you get more women, straight women, than you do gay men that are like really trying to have these conversations with you?
No, I've had a few, and it kind of annoyed me the way they was asking me. Like, they're like, "Oh, so you film with guys? So are you gay then?" I'm like, the way you're approaching this, like, is
Yeah.
kind of pissing me off. I'm not even going to carry on with this
Yeah.
conversation with you. Obviously because it's still so new to me, and where I live, and people have recognised me off TikTok.
Okay.
And so when I go out and that, I'm still at the stage now of when they see me, I know they're recognising me, and I've seen them like, oh, look, do you know what I mean? And then I'm thinking, fuck, if they just see me off TikTok, what else do they know? And like, do you know what I mean? Have they gone deeper? Do they know what I do? Because obviously some people just think, oh, I just film porn.
Yes. Yeah.
And then some people are, oh no, he films this porn.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
like, what are they thinking? What are they thinking about me? And
Does that affect you?
it is, it's like sort of, yeah, I kind of a bit paranoid sometimes when like, oh, what do they know what they're thinking like? And it's just like, and then I'm like, I don't give a fuck in it. People that think that of me will never come and say it to my face. The people that are probably going to slag me off, they're not going to say anything to me. So I sort of, it's like I said, it's still new to me. And I know like Andy and that, so when we was in Benidorm and that, like people recognised us and that, and some of them were women, and he was like, go over to them women, start speaking. There was all by the pool, there was like 6 of us, and there's about 12 girls. And I was using me as bait. Go over there, start talking to them.
Reel them into us.
And I'm like, okay. And they're like, what do you do? And I was like, we just do social media and that. And then before I know it, they're like, they're porn stars, they all do porn.
Oh my God.
And then Andy's like, shush, I didn't say anything. Some other lad come over and said it. And then like, obviously, some women then like, oh, they'll say, oh, you film with guys, and then it can go one way or the other.
Yeah.
Some can be like, oh, do you know what I mean? Or some are like, oh, that's cool. I think it's 50-50 in it with the way it goes.
Yeah, and it is, and it's very. I find that so interesting because you're right. Because it could be like, oh my God, that's awesome. Tell me more about it. Or are you gay?
Yeah.
So, but the worst thing is people don't ask you, do they? They'll tell you.
Yeah.
They'll tell you,
Yeah,
you must be
exactly,
gay.
yeah.
You are gay.
Yeah.
Like it's mad that we live in a world where somebody thinks that they can tell you who you are.
Yeah.
because of what they see, and that's it. So let's go talk about gays then. My favourite topic. I love the gays really. So let's talk about your fan base. So is this new to you? Like having that many like men
over the years? I've had a few friends that are all gay, and this is sort of. I realised that sort of this is like they told me, they was always, you should do OnlyFans. You should do OnlyFans. And obviously the person that introduced me to Andy knew didn't know him, but knew of him, and they told me about Andy. I didn't know who Andy was. And then I messaged him, he got back to me. Obviously he was gay, telling me
Not Andy.
No, yeah, the person who told me.
Don't have Andy.
Yeah, so I've got like obviously a lot of gay friends over the years and that. And this is, it doesn't bother me. I'm not like ever had a problem, and to be honest, I get on with them a lot better. Like you're saying, like a lot of my friends all like they want to be the alpha, and like, oh, I'm bigger and better than you, and it's sort of like, oh, just give it a rest. We're all friends.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So it's new to you.
It's new to me. Yeah.
Have you been to any prides? I think you went to a pride recently.
We went to London Pride. I absolutely loved it. They had a cracking time. Yeah.
Yeah. Then this is quite a personal question, and feel free to answer. Is that something you'd be interested in exploring more, kind of like charities and things that are set up to support the gay
Yeah,
community and stuff?
100%, 100%. Like, I don't discriminate against anyone. Like,
Yeah.
we had a laugh at Pride, people coming up, we was hugging him. One guy asked me to wedge him. He come
Okay.
up with a list, like his Pride list. I was like, "You want a real wedge?" You lifted him up, and his pants were ripping, like, and he
Jesus.
loved it. Do you know what I mean?
They
And
see you've just been exploited again.
we had people on the knees, like, do you know what I mean, in
Yeah.
front of us. We loved it. It was so fun. And this is what kind of annoys us when people say, like you said, gay baiters and
Yeah.
that. Like, we're just filming stuff, like, we're entertaining. It's just like filming what you want. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not. I'm not doing it to exploit you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's. I'm having fun filming it, and
Yeah.
well, yeah. It's sort of, yeah. It's not like I've got a problem with anyone, or do you know what I mean? It's.
Yeah, absolutely. I asked that because I think that you've got a platform
Yeah,
that you can use for the better,
yeah,
and especially for our community, the LGBTQIA plus community. Yeah, especially for that community, I think you've got a platform where you can say there was such a distinction between the straight community and the gay community that you're almost like the middleman
yeah,
in there, where you can like bring them together, not like Lady Diana, but
Yeah.
like you can bring them together. And I think it's really good when we see that, because we've got others. And I'm not going to name these two. I've just remembered this couple, actually. They're actually a gay couple, and they're really toxic for the gay community. They're content creators as well.
Yeah.
They're really toxic for the gay community
You
because
have to tell me after.
I will.
Yeah.
Stay away from filming them. They treat the gay community almost, they look down on them now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's a shame.
No,
that's a
not-
huge
that's not
shame
good.
as well. Whereas I think like Andy and Andy's team, those guys just don't.
Yeah,
They get
because
it.
obviously in Andy's team and our obviously there's some guys that are actually gay and then
Mm.
some that are straight. And like we went to Pride and was like, you go and have fun, like the ones that are actually gay, well, you go and have fun,
I
and
get
like,
bummed.
yeah, you go do what you want, and we're supporting there. We're all having a good laugh, and it's kind of annoying when people write some in the comments like, "Oh, gay baiters."
Yeah.
Like, we're having just as much fun as you guys. Like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there's no reason for you to sort of like
They'll always find
hate.
something.
Yes, there's someone always going to hate on.
Yeah,
on you.
you're quite new to social media,
Yeah.
pal. Believe me when I say this,
Yeah.
they are always going to find
You
something.
can't please everyone.
You will
so,
not please. You
yeah.
will please 10%, and you will not please 90% of people. Honestly, take it from me, because everyone hates me. So, Andy's team, who does it consist of?
Mainly.
Yeah, like the main bubble of people. There's about 5 or 6 in there.
So there's Andy.
Yeah.
There's Andy's brother.
Lee, not Lee.
Ryan Lee.
Ryan Lee. Is
Yeah.
he his real brother?
Yeah. it's
Okay,
actually the real
yeah.
brother,
Go on.
yeah. It's hard because there's stage names and real names.
Okay,
But there's big stacked.
just come out of prison.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one.
There's Rob that I met. He's 6'8".
Okay.
There's Dean, pretty boy Dean.
Is he gay?
I don't. I'm not.
Oh,
revealing
don't out
anything.
somebody. I thought
No,
he
no.
was the gay one.
Everyone thinks he looks like he would be.
Oh,
yeah.
but he's not. Okay, all
He's
right.
a pretty boy, isn't he? Yeah.
Who's the guy that's Midlands, from the Midlands?
James Hardy.
Is he the really tall one with tattoos and a shaved head?
No,
Weren't you with him
that's
the other
Rob.
day?
That's Rob. Yeah.
Where's he suddenly come from?
He's been on it for a while.
Has he?
Yeah.
I saw him just come out the blue, and I was like, oh, okay.
No, yeah, he's got a big following, Rob has. Yeah, he rang me on the way over here.
So there's that kind of little crew.
Yeah, there's a few more, like Paul the plumber.
Yeah,
we're all over the place. So like we sort of get to. We've got we're meeting up at the end of this month, another lads' day.
So you're like brothers.
Yeah, we all have a laugh. We're all there with our dicks out, just having a laugh. Do you know what I mean?
Like brothers who wank together.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
It makes sense. I love it, because I think that from what you say and from what we see, there's no jealousy amongst
I
you.
won't even have a pit. Like, I won't even have a piss when I go to the toilets in the urinal if there's people next to me. I'll go to the cubicle, and I go down to these studio meets, and we're all there with our dicks out. It's so strange. It's so weird. Yeah, literally. It's so comforted there. Like, everyone's just on the same boat. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's a bit cold in here. Give it a
Is that because you have a sit down way?
I do like to treat myself sometimes.
I love a
so,
sit down way, but you're
Yeah.
really tall, and I heard that
Yeah.
taller people prefer a sit down way.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Did I just make that up? I think I just made that up there. Yeah. So I love that it's like a brother mentality,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's it's a brotherhood. which is fantastic. So, final thing from me, I'd say now. Oh, you've done this well. You did this well. This entire episode, and then you've just gone and smashed my mic up.
Sorry.
Don't worry, it's because you have to leave now, isn't it? Kicking it. So, one final thing from me. We always talk about passing the crown on here. And I have people from all different backgrounds, all different things. You're my first adult content creator.
Yeah.
So would you like to be called an adult content creator?
Yeah, I don't like when people call us. We're not porn stars.
You're not porn.
We're just a content creator. Yeah.
Adult.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that.
But you're just a content creator.
I like to do TikToks as well. I like some funny TikToks. Like
Clothed.
Yeah. You have to keep it PG on TikTok.
Yeah. See, I'm not on TikTok anymore because somebody was really. Do you remember? Producer Shannon. Do you remember that man that said that I looked like I was burnt in shipping from Wish.com? A Wish.com Ken doll that was burnt during shipping. Oh yeah, that was awful.
Yeah.
Just because of the way that Shannon made me look on the camera. But so I don't do that. But so TikTok, you do it clothed.
Yeah. Top off sometimes.
Top off. Okay.
Yeah. Gets more viewers that way. I'm not going to lie.
Right. Well.
We did a video. It's got 3.5 million views on just a walkout, 4 of us.
The firemen one.
No, that one's at I think 1.1 at the minute. But we did 4 tradies walking.
You guys love to walk out, don't you?
Yeah. I'm so new to it. They're all doing this lip biting and looking at the camera, and I'm just there like, I was walking. I was like, oh shit, we walking. I just walked out. I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, oh god, one take, let's do it. Yeah, do it.
I wasn't scrolling, and I'll see you just walking through a door, and I go, oh okay, somebody's going to be shirtless in a minute. Which is great. So we talk about passing the crown. We talk about legacy. I think that you're so new, but you've already made a mark on this. You've already made a mark on the content creation.
Yeah.
And I think there's with a mentor like Andy Lee.
Yeah, I'm only going up. We're only going up from here. Yeah,
exactly, and it's fantastic. As a new person now coming into an established creation, what would you give advice to somebody else that is looking to come into it, or somebody else that has already come into it and is brand new? What would you give somebody who wants to, first of all?
If someone's new coming into it, you need to be prepared. People try and do this and they try and stay anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get nowhere. You need to know that you're going to be out there. You need to be on all platforms. You've got to put yourself out there. People have got to know who you are, see your face, sort of see your personality as well. I think the sort of days gone of being like just the sexy vibes. Them videos don't do that well too much. People love to see the person, the character, and that. I think that's a good selling point. So just being sort of a masked, anonymous dick or whatever, I don't think that
does nothing for me.
Yeah, it doesn't really get you far. So you've got to be prepared that you're going to be outed at some point. You're gonna, but you know what I mean. You've just got to go for it. If you're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. If you're new coming into the industry, I'd say that.
So say you've got somebody who's just started out in it now.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they've been in it for a month or so.
Yeah.
They've done a bit of creation and content, should we say? What would your advice be to them to grow?
Collab and get sort of work with as many people as you can, get as many people's social media as you can. Literally that's all it is, social media networking, and that obviously meet the right people. I got lucky, obviously, being introduced to Andy and Andy helping me out. That sort of flew me straight up there. Just networking, obviously put yourself out there and obviously meet people and go from there.
And who would you say, final-ish question, who would you say is the best person that you filmed with any content with whatsoever so far ever?
You, definitely.
that was all I was after. I'm just going to play that on a loop. Fab. Okay, so what's next then for you? What have you got coming up?
Oh, I can't reveal it yet.
Oh, for God's sake, get off. You just leave.
I can't reveal it
yet.
Okay,
where should we keep our eyes open for you then?
It's definitely going to be on my page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say.
You don't have to tell us exactly what's happening, so we need to keep our eye out on your page. So where can we find you?
On Instagram or TikTok.
Instagram or TikTok called? Yeah. What's your name?
Jay the Plasterer on Instagram, and then it's Jay the Plasterer on TikTok, but it's just the letter J.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
We're thick gays, are we? Ain't gonna know how to
Yeah.
spell all this. Just put J for everything. J. Fabulous. Well, listen, I just want to say on a personal note, it's been absolute. My shorts have gotten higher and higher since I've been speaking to you. I don't know why. I just want to say on a personal note, it's been absolutely fantastic to meet you. To speak to you, it's refreshing.
Yeah.
You are endearing. You've got so much going for you as well, and people could learn a lot from you. And
That means a lot. Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
thank you for having me.
That's any time. And I just want to say, keep it up. I look forward to the great things that you've got coming. Your content makes me happy. In my pants. No, your content makes me happy.
Yeah.
Even just the TikTok stuff that you post on your Instagram and stuff. So I look forward to seeing more from you. But until next time, thank you so much. You're welcome, Ashley. But thank you so much. And guys, like, comment, subscribe, be nice in the comments, and find Jay all over the place, in the newspaper, on TikTok, on Instagram, on OnlyFans. And yeah, check it out. But speak to you all soon.
See you later.